Okay, so welcome everybody to the Winter Series Part 2. This installment is called Business Credit Reporting Agencies. Okay, my name is Noel Booker with Business Credit Builder. The website is businesscreditbuilder.us. If you are looking at this broadcast on from social media like YouTube, then make sure you subscribe, hit the like buttons, all that stuff, notifications, all that stuff, right? Do that shit, do that right away. Okay, so all right, so the first part of the winter series was how to make your business credible in the eyes of the lender. Okay, now we're going to talk about the next step, which is business credit reporting agencies. Welcome everybody coming in. So business credit reporting agencies. Now, we need to talk about this because you need to know why you need access to your business credit reports, and you need to know who the business credit reporting agencies are. Okay, so first off is Dun and Bradstreet. That's Dun and Bradstreet. Okay, Dun and Bradstreet. That's the biggest reporting agency that there is. Period. Okay. Dun and Bradstreet has way more records than the other business credit reporting agencies. And the business credit reporting agencies, what they do is they collect information, then they repackage it and they sell it. Okay, that's all they do. Collect information and sell it. That's what they do. All right. Um, so you would need your business credit reports because when you build your business credit, you're buying items from a vendor and you get a trade line. You make a payment on something, and then they're going to send the report to your business credit reporting agencies, and they're going to put that trade line on your business credit report. So you need access to your business credit reports so you can track your trade lines and watch your trade lines build up. Okay. Okay. So the first business credit reporting agency is Dun and Bradstreet. Dun and Bradstreet has two numbers. They have the Duns number and they have the Paydex score. Okay. Now, the Duns number is an identifying number that identifies your business directly related to your address. Okay. And you have to apply for the Duns number. Once you cover your name, address, all that stuff in making your business credible in the eyes of the lender, then it's time to get your Duns number. And you apply for your Duns number at the Dun and Bradstreet website. Okay. Now, you need a Duns number and to pay that score. Okay. If you can see this over here, the pay that score goes from 0 to 100. Okay. From 0 to 100. And the pay that score is what the lenders and creditors look at to determine your credit worthiness. Okay. Um, so when you get 3 vendors that report to Dun and Bradstreet, then Dun and Bradstreet will give you a pay debt score. If those 3 payments are on time, if those three payments are on time at Dun and Bradstreet, then they give you a pay debt score of about 76. Okay. And that's a pretty good score because a 70 pay debt score is lendable. Okay. A 70 pay debt score is lendable. But I try to get my clients to an 80 pay debt score. See, so it's easy to get to an 80. Those first three vendors that report to Dun and Bradstreet, if you pay them on time, then you'll get about a 76 and you're almost at the 80. Okay? All right. So that's Dun and Bradstreet. And you definitely need a Dunn's number in order to build business credit. All right. Now, the next one is Experian. Experian. All right. Experian is the business credit reporting agency that is mostly used by lenders. Okay. So you want to make sure you got a score with Experian for your business. Okay. Most vendors and lenders use Experian. Their scores go to about they go from 0 to 100 as well, and they got many different scores for your business credit as well. But basically 0 to 100, right? And Experian, they've been around for a while, all right? And then you got Equifax. Equifax is the one that you don't have to work. Well, you do have to worry about it, but it's the last one. You don't have to put too much concentration on Equifax, but make sure you do get vendors that report to Equifax. Okay. So these are the three business credit reporting agencies: Dun and Bradstreet, Experian, and Equifax. Okay. Experian has a BIN number. This is the business um, information number, which is their BIN number is automatically given to the business. When your first vendor reports to Experian, they give you a BIN number. Okay. Okay. So we got Dun& Bradstreet, Experian, Equifax. Now, each of these companies provide you a business credit report. Okay. The business credit report has your credit profile. And so when you start with your vendors and you start paying vendors that report to the business credit reporting agencies, those it goes on your business credit report. They will charge you about $100 per month for your business credit reports. When you do business credit with my company, Business Credit Builder, we charge you $25 a month for all three credit reports. And you need your credit reports because you are tracking your trade lines. Well, let me go over what a trade line is, right? Well, a trade line is when you go to a company, they give you a credit account, right? And then you buy something on credit, right? So you buy something on credit. Now we have the item and we didn't pay for it, right? Now we're going to pay for it. We got the invoice, right? Now we're going to pay for it, okay? Now, when we pay for it, this is what happens. The company that you got the credit from, they send a report to the business credit reporting agencies. This report says XYZ company has an account with us. They have X amount of limit with us. And they bought something and they paid it off in X amount of days. And they send that report to the business credit reporting agencies, and that is one trade line. Okay? So, in building business credit, you're getting these vendors that are reporting your trade lines. And your trade lines is the basis for building your business credit. Okay? The trade lines is the basis for building your business credit. The the business credit reports is your blueprint for tracking your trade lines. Okay? Um any questions about this stuff? About your reporting, how the stuff gets reported and stuff like that? Any questions? We got Dun and Bradstreet, Experian, Equifax, right? Those are the three business credit reporting agencies. Any questions?
Um, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Um, Hi. Okay, so how long does it actually take them to report on your credit once you start getting vendor accounts?
Okay, that's a good question. This is how it goes, right? Let's say we got a company and we bought something, right? And you have to know when you get these accounts, you have to ask them two things. You have to ask them one, who do you report to? And when do you report? Okay. So when you get these vendor accounts, most most companies report at the end of the month. Okay. So when you make the payment at the end of the month, they're gonna send a report, right? At the end of the month. Most of them report at the end of the month. That's why you have to ask them when they report. But most of them report at the end of the month. So let's say you paid them on the 25th, and then on the 30th, they're gonna send the report in. All right. So on the 30th, they send the report in to the business credit reporting agencies, and then it's gonna take them another 30 days to put it on your credit report. Okay. Did you get that?
Got it. Thank you.
Cool beans. So yeah, sometimes it's like a waiting process. Sometimes you're just waiting for the next chess move to happen. You see. Anybody got any more questions about business credit reporting agencies? And in the next webinar, which starts at 7 o'clock, then I go over all the details in building business credit. So you can sign up for that. Okay. Yeah. There's a few seats left. So it's going to be a different link into the webinar for that. Okay. So you can sign up for that at the website, Business Credit Builder. Let me say one more thing too. Um, you can go to my website, which is businesscreditbuilder.us/reports, right? Reports. And you can find out if your company has a credit profile already. Or you can find out if any company has a credit profile. But you go to my website /reports, you're going to see the three logos for Dun and Bradstreet, Equifax, and Experian. Each one of those logos will link to the respective website in which you can put your business name and address in. And if they have a report on you already, then your business name will come up with your address. Okay, and that's how you know that they have a report on you. And if you have trade lines, it'll say it on there, has trade lines and stuff. And anybody can do that for free. Okay, so at 7 o'clock, we're going to do a complete webinar of how to build business credit. This one is just talking about the business credit reporting agencies. So, does anybody else have any questions? Go ahead. Who's that?
Yeah, I think we were just trying to see what your website was.
Oh, business credit builder. Can you see it up there?
Oh, okay, I got
You got it? Business credit builder dot us. I'm gonna type it in here too. And then you go to slash reports to see if you already have business credit, a business credit profile. All right. You go to consult. I'm gonna type it in here. You go to consult in order to schedule a free business credit consultation where we talk about your business and we talk about how we can help you with your business. Okay. Um, Also, you can get a free guide on how to build business credit at slash free guide. Okay, I typed that in the chat. Um, what else do I have here? Okay. Yeah. Any more questions about business credit reporting agencies? Any questions about anything? This is your time because this is a short webinar right here. This one is really short. Um, but at 7 o'clock we do a big long one. Okay, who has this? This is Ashley. Ashley says, if I were to open a secured card account with my EIN, what agency would it report to? I think that's what you're requesting. Okay, so if you would get in a secured card, you would call that card and ask them, who do y'all report to? The correct answer is Dun and Bradstreet, Experian, Business Experian, or Equifax Commercial. Okay, that's how you find out who they report to. You just call them. And sometimes when you call these vendors, the person that answers the phone, they don't know the answer. So you have to call you have to ask for the credit department. And then sometimes the person at the credit department don't know, and you're gonna have to ask for the credit manager. Okay, the credit manager should know. There are some instances that the credit manager don't know either. Okay, because sometimes these companies they hire a third party to process these transmissions. Lanisha has a question. Do you recommend we purchase the reports through Experian and Dun and Bradstreet? If you do your business credit on your own, yes. Okay. So each one of these companies, Dun and Bradstreet, Experian, and Equifax, all charge about $100 per month for their reports. If we are helping you build your business credit, then we charge you $25 per month for all three reports. Okay. So that saves you some money. All right. So if you're doing it on your own, that's the only place you can get your business credit reports is directly from these vendors. I mean, from the credit reporting agencies, Dun& Bradstreet, Experian, and Equifax. How about that? Did I answer that question? Okay, any more questions? Business credit reporting agencies. Does anybody have business credit now? or would you like? Are you trying to figure out how you can start? Does anybody have anything they want to talk about?
Um, I heard of like some vendors, but I don't have any credit. But like I've been hearing about Quill and Uline and a few more vendors to start with. Are those pretty much the best vendors to start with?
Um, yes, yes, and no, because Quill they stopped offering the net 30 accounts, or they have increased their requirements to get a net 30 account. Okay, so these vendors change their requirements based on market conditions and stuff, right? So Quill 2 months ago they stopped giving net 30s, but maybe they changed up now. Maybe they start giving them again. So
Hmm.
those are good ones. In the webinar at 7 o'clock, I'm gonna give you a good handful of them because you need five
Oh,
of them.
okay, okay.
Yeah. In the next webinar, I'm gonna go over some more vendors. And the vendors is the topic of the next winter series. So next week we're gonna do just vendors. Okay, we're gonna do just vendors next week. Okay, so last week the winter series we did credibility, how to make your business credible in the eyes of the lender. This week we're doing business credit reporting agencies. Next week we're doing how to create your business credit profile with vendor accounts. And then the next week after that, we're doing how to access credit lines and business loans. Okay.
I have a
And
question.
yeah, I'm ready.
So a friend of mine was trying to get a Dunn's account. She's a bit further along than I am, but they were charging her $600. Do you know what that $600 was for?
At Dun and Bradstreet.
It said yeah, it said it would cost her $600 to get a Dunn's number.
Okay, this is what you need to know. The Dunn's number is absolutely free of charge. Okay. The deal is when you apply for your DUNS number, they have a sales team that is like incredible. I mean, like super incredible. And they will convince you that you need to spend some money to get this DUNS number. But you don't have to spend money to get a DUNS number. Now, the items that they are trying to sell are good items. Okay. But what Dun and Bradstreet sells only affects your Dun and Bradstreet scores. It does not affect your Experian or your Equifax scores. So when I teach you how to do business credit, I teach you how to make sure you got vendors that are reporting to all of them. Okay, Dun and Bradstreet, Equifax, and Experian. Okay, so I hope I answered that question.
Thank
Um,
you.
mhm. Anybody else got any questions? Any questions about building the business credit? So you said that she was farther along than you. So how far have you gotten with yours?
So right now I'm trying to make sure that all of my names are the same across the board. And I'm having a bit of an issue with so I have a corporation. And so I'm trying to get a website, but the website doesn't have the corp on the end of it. It just has the name. So my question is that going to hurt me if I don't have the corporation along with the name on my website, my email address, or does it have to have the corp with it in order to meet the qualifications for business credit?
Nope. Your website does not need to have Your website does not need to be your business name exactly. Okay, so your website could be whatever you want it to be. Okay, it could be an abbreviation, whatever. But the key thing about your website, which is important to have, is that on the content, on the contact page, you have your business name, address, and telephone number. Okay, on that contact page. Because when they come looking for your website, they're gonna skip over that nice, pretty home page and go straight to the contact page. Okay. Did I answer the question about? Let's see. Oh, the link to register for the next webinar. Did you get that?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
I didn't get it. Where do we go to register?
At businesscreditbuilder.us/events. I put it in the chat. Oh, I see. That was the private chat thingy. Okay, let me just put it in the to everybody. Oops, I just sent it to everybody in the waiting room. Okay, everyone in meeting. Okay, boom. Okay, so that's how you get into the next one. You get the link. Okay.
So I came a little late, but I had a question. Is there a name for the other two? I know the Dunn's numbers for Dun and Bradstreet, but is there a name for the scores for Experian and Equifax? Do they have a specific name for their credit scores?
Actually, they have a few scores. Because what they do is all these businesses do is take in information and then they repackage it and they sell it. So, they didn't came up with different names for different valuations that they can sell businesses, right? Like businesses that's going to give you credit. So they give them different packages so they can analyze whether or not they're going to give you an account. You see, but for companies that are just building business credit, then the item that you want to buy from them is the business credit report. But there's different credit reports that they have out there that they sell to other vendors. All right. So I think in my YouTube channel, I have a video that explains all the different scores that Experian has and Equifax. And Dun and Bradstreet has a few scores too, you know, that they
So
sell
then how
different
do
ways.
we know which score, how do we know what score we need to get to if they have different scoring models?
Um, let's see. The deal is to make sure you just pay on time. Okay. The main score is the Experian IntelliScore at Experian. The IntelliScore. That's the main score. All right. But you can check out on my YouTube channel. I have some videos that will explain those scores more in detail.
And that's the
Cool.
one you say needs to be a 70 or 80?
Right, right. So basically, just you know what, Experian, they got some different scoring situations over there. But the one score that is from 0 to 100, the Intella score, that's the main one. Then they got some other ones that are in different types of scoring. But you don't have to worry about those. The Intella score is the main Experian score. Okay.
What about Equifax?
Equifax, they got a whole nother situation over there. Um, their numbers are crazy. And I actually have to research that and be more updated to be able to explain it more. But what you need to know about Equifax is just there's not going to be that many vendors that you're going to use at Equifax. So the vendors that you do use, just make sure you pay them on time. Okay. But the main agencies that you're going to be looking at, that the vendors are going to be looking at to approve you, is Dun and Bradstreet and Experian. Okay. So just make sure you pay the bills on time. You got 100% control of that portion. All right. Just make sure you pay them on time. And when you have a payment that's late, then you can offset that with another payment that's on time. See, so compared to personal credit, in which there's 5 factors that affect your personal credit score, with business credit, there's only one factor, and that's how you pay the bill. Okay. Now, vendors, when they look at your business credit report, they make the determination based on more than just your credit score. So they look at your credit score, which is 100% driven by how you paid the bill. But they're also going to look at how many trade lines you have. Have you been paying them on time? What's the highest limit on your trade lines? And when was the last activity? So if you got a whole bunch of trade lines on there, but there's no activity for 5 years, then that just diminished your credibility, right? So they want to see activity, right? At least one transaction, something hitting these reports every month. Okay, they just want to see you having activity. Go ahead, Katrina.
Is there such a thing as a secured business credit card like they do for
Secured?
personal credit?
Yeah, uh-huh. There are secured business credit cards. The thing to know about that is that when you do a search for that, you're going to come up with these Capital One type of cards that when you ask them who they report to, then they're going to say TransUnion. So it's really hard to find these business credit cards that report to the business credit reporting agencies. There's a whole bunch out there that'll take your social security number and say, this is a business credit card. You see, but you want
So
the business credit card that reports to the business credit reporting agencies. Go ahead.
are you gonna go over that in your workshop that you do on vendors, or who those companies are that will allow secured business credit cards?
Well, that changes regularly, and when you apply for our unsecured credit card, so we have a situation that when if you have good personal credit, then you can use your personal credit to help you, and so we don't give out that information readily available like that, because that's one of the things that's hard to find. So when you come into my program, then we go to our finance team, and the finance team is going to find out everything that you qualify for, and they're going to give you the vendors the credit cards that you want, because every credit card ain't for everybody. So our finance team, they make sure that what they provide you is something that is going to help you and that you could qualify for.
Okay, and in that mix could be a secured credit card.
Yes. Now, one of the products that we offer is what we call the hybrid, or is also called the unsecured credit cards. Okay, where you get approved for these cards based on your personal credit score, right? But the cards that you get report to the business credit reporting agencies. Okay. Um, let's see. This is how it works. They look at your personal credit score. You need to have a 685 or above. Okay, a 685 or above to qualify, right? So then they're gonna look at your highest revolving limit on your personal credit score, and they're gonna match the highest limit that you have. Okay, so for instance, if you have a Home Depot card, the limit is $30,000. What they're going to do is give you 5 credit cards with $30,000 on it. And when you make payments to these credit cards, they report to the business credit reporting agencies. But you got approved based on your personal credit. Okay. And this, when you apply for this, um it clears in 3 weeks. So you can have up to $150,000 in 3 weeks. Also, um, you'll be able to build your business credit faster because these cards report to the business credit reporting agencies. So I tell my clients to get these unsecured cards, and you get your net 30 accounts. And when you got your net 30 accounts, you pay for them with those 5 business cards. That means you're going to get up to 10 trade lines real fast. You saw
Mm.
that? That was kind of
Mhm.
advanced right there.
Mhm. Now let me ask you this.
Uh-huh.
So those okay, the personal credit. What if does it matter whether or not the accounts
Oh, you're freezing up. Say that again.
you have are your individual? So some people, when you build credit, you get on somebody else's credit, and so you're an authorized user, and then you start building your credit. Well, does it matter whether it's an authorized user account, or does it have to all be your individual account?
In business, they frown upon those authorized user type of situations.
Okay.
All right. So I know how that works in for your personal credit. But in business credit, they don't want to see that
Okay.
because
So when
they consider that as taking a shortcut.
so when they're looking at the highest revolving limits and they're looking at your personal account under this hybrid product that you're talking about, they aren't looking at if there's any accounts that are authorized users, they're discounting those. They're not looking at those, right?
That's correct. So they're looking at the valid um highest revolving limits. Those are some good questions, Miss Katrina Hampton. Anybody else got some questions? Have is anybody else started building their business credit?
Uh, um, no, I haven't, but I've been getting some stuff in order. I've got the Don's number and the email. I purchased that. Um, so I still need to get the. What I heard was the 1-800 number would be beneficial, or look more legitimate for your business. So I was gonna look into getting that soon too.
That's
But
correct.
my question is,
Mm-hmm.
how much is your financial program?
Let me see. When you come to the next webinar, I'm gonna explain all the details. All
Okay,
right.
okay,
But
gotcha.
I have stuff as low as I have ebooks as low as $10. I got another program that starts at $400, and then another one you put $1,500 down on. But
Okay,
I got stuff that can help everybody.
okay.
All right. But in the next webinar, I'm gonna go over all the details with the packages that we offer. Or you can go to the website, and there's a button that says pricing. Okay. And when you come and
Okay.
if you sign up, you do a webinar, you do a consult, you go to my website /consult, and you schedule a free business credit consultation, then I'm gonna go over everything with you as well. Okay. And you know, I'm
Okay.
giving you all the steps, right? I'm giving you all the steps. So you can do this on your own. You don't really need me. Um, but having a consultant on helping you with your business credit, it eliminates you making mistakes and wasting time because there's always going to be something that's going to slow you up. So like Like for instance, the most common thing is, see, these companies, they're all about making a sale, right? So when we're dealing with these trade lines, we call them after the sale is made to try to figure out where our trade line is. Because we're tracking this trade line. And if you don't see it on your credit report, then you're calling the vendor saying, where's the trade line? Did y'all send a report? And they don't have that much good customer service on after the sale questions. You know what I mean? They only really concerned about that before the sale, getting the sale stuff right. So it becomes difficult to even communicate with these people. Ashley got the IG popping. The phone broke up. Can you repeat what you said about the unsecured cards that will give you 5 credit cards? Do we need that repeated, Ashley? Ashley, you need me to repeat the stuff on that? Ashley's over there trying to do something. What's up, Ashley? You want me to repeat that stuff?
You can.
Um,
I don't mind it again.
okay, bet. I'm gonna run it down again. The unsecured credit cards. Okay, the unsecured credit cards. The unsecured credit cards is, and I'm gonna talk about these unsecured credit cards in the next webinar. Okay, so the unsecured credit cards are for people that have good personal credit. Okay, now you can put your joint on mute, Ashley. Or I'll do it for you. Okay, I got you. Oh, what happened? Okay, boom. Okay, so unsecured. Um, the unsecured is for when you have good personal credit and you want to build your business credit faster, and or you want to access money quicker. So your what happens is they look at your personal credit. You have to have a 685 or above. And they look at your personal credit and they look at your highest revolving limit. And they match that highest revolving limit 5 times on 5 business credit cards that report to the business credit reporting agencies, not TransUnion. Okay. These credit cards, they usually have 0% for 18 months. Um, they're no doc, so you don't need any docs to no documentation. All you need is your personal credit, 685. It usually closes in 3 weeks, and you can access up to $150,000 with this product. Okay, so I hope those are the basic questions for that. I'm gonna go over more detailed if information on that in the next webinar, which starts in 10 minutes. So
Real quickly,
go ahead.
when you say up to 150, who determines the amount of the limit for these cards?
The
What
credit
determines
card, the credit card, the credit card company, they're gonna look at your highest revolving limit on your personal credit, and they're gonna match that high limit 5 times.
Okay, so up to 150
That's
on
correct.
all. Okay, I got.
Okay. All right. So give me a few minutes, and we're gonna start at 7 o'clock for the next webinar. And the next webinar is entitled. Let me figure out what that is. Let me figure out what that is. It's entitled "How to Build Credit for Your EIN that is not linked to your Social Security number." Okay, so that's coming up in a few minutes. Make sure you get the link by registering at the website, if there's any seats left. Okay. Thank you. Thank everybody for coming. You can schedule a consult to talk about to talk to me more. If you need a website, okay, I do the website starting at 350. All right, all inclusive. You get all that information. All right. Ah, bet Katrina, I appreciate that. I'm glad the information is useful. Come to the next one, and we're going to really get down to the detail of building your business credit. All right. And you can come with all those questions you got, because when I break down this detail, Katrina, you're gonna have some questions. Okay. Lanisha, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Miss Candy, thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, Ashley. Y'all have a good one. And I'll see y'all in a few minutes at the next webinar. Let's get down. Yeah. Thank you, Nicole. Talk to y'all in a few. Thank you. I'm out like shout.